So ignore my husband in the background. He's on Discord doing his thing. This video is a day late, I know, but yesterday just got a little crazy. But we're here. The video's uploaded today. I'm sorry. I really am. I don't like uploading a day late, but it is what it is. So anyway, as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm just messing with my dog, don't mind me, we're going to talk about Miitopia. So first off, let's talk about the gameplay. So, the gameplay with this game, works like a lot like a very simplified basic RPG, because you have your actions of, you know, you have someone who's a cleric or a warrior or a thief, you got those classes, but then you also have, because it's Miitopia and kind of a joke game, you have other interesting classes like pop star, and you have cat, but they do still have, you know, like if you pick cat, they're more of a physical attacker, and you have a chef who they are kind of like a healer. So, you know, they still have like something like that, but it's just a different kind of class. So it makes it interesting, but again, it is kind of, like I said, a bit of a not so serious game, but I still like it. But also warning with it, you only do control your character. The other characters, you know, they control themselves on their own, and there's no option to turn that off. You can make yourself auto battle as well. I never do that, and I don't know if I necessarily recommend it either. But it works basic RPG, you know, you get the armor, level yourself up, you got, you know, your physical, magic, defense. It's a very simplified and basic RPG, so honestly, it's probably a good starter one for like kids, and the story and everything isn't as complicated. So there's also a thing of, it's funny and interesting, it's like friendship. So what you do is when you stay in an inn, you can have people room together, and like it brings up their friendship meter. You can go all the way to 99, and as they grow that, like the levels with that, they will be able to do different things with that certain person. And it can also help if you have someone who heals them, your meter goes up a little. If you defend someone or whatever, because there's some stuff like, oh, you take the hit for them, your friendship will go up a little bit. So there's ways to do that. But you can also get into fights, because you can pick, so you have the personalities of your character, and that will change things as well. Because there's one that's lazy, and if you're lazy, you just decide to skip your turn or whatever. They just don't do anything. So there are different ones like that, and there can be some where it's like a little more smug and arrogant, so, or even if they're not, but it's mostly because if they're arrogant, they'll take your turn and will kind of make the other person mad, and you can get mad at each other, and what that'll do is you'll mess up each other's attack, or like it'll be their turn and you'll have the other person jump in. So it can be kind of beneficial, but also not. So it's just something to keep in mind with that. But that is the base like gameplay of that. And so how it is you just pick a path and you're walking to that path. They're just walking, they'll do dialogue, there'll be some options of, you can see them chatting about something, or you can find a treasure chest, or they'll just run into battles. You pick different branching paths. Basic gameplay of it. So anyway, let's move on to the story. So the story is kind of interesting, and you can tell it's definitely not being taken too seriously, because as the title of the game suggests, Miitopia, it pulls from your Miis. Because what it is you have the Dark Lord who has stolen everybody's faces, so you have to get everybody's faces back, get rid of the Dark Lord, restore order. But how you fill the role of each person is there is either a database that you can choose from, or you can pick from your Miis that are on your 3DS. Mostly for like my partners or whatever, I'll pick the Miis from my 3DS and then just either manually or autofill from the database for the other ones. You can end up with some interesting characters as people, and it can be pretty funny because they'll literally act the same as like the character has the base of how they act and everything, but it'll just be like Wario is the Dark Lord or whatever, something random like that. But yeah, that's, you know, the basics of the game. Of course, some big bad evil, and then you gotta go in as Chester Cheeto. I don't know, you could make yourself Chester Cheeto if you want. And then go beat him and get people's faces back. But anyway, let us move on to the final, my thoughts and opinions. Honestly, I really like this game. Like, you can tell it's kind of quote-unquote more for a younger audience, but even as an adult, I still enjoyed it. I thought it's fun and entertaining. Like I said, it's a very basic RPG, so, you know, if you have young kids who maybe have a harder time with, you know, Final Fantasy or Persona or something, or the story's too much and they're just not interested, this might be a better game to get them started in on and get that interest going in a story they might find more enjoyable, and it's more simplified, and because, you know, it's got a lot of that humor and everything, just a good game possibly for them to start on. I really like the random weird classes it has, like the cat and the chef, and you can be an imp. Like, it's just, you can be a tank technically, like you're just a little tank thing. It's a weird game, but it is very entertaining, and it can be very hard to put down. You're like, oh, I'll play a little bit, and then like 5 hours later you're like, oh, I've gotten very far. It's not a hard game either. You can honestly beat it pretty easy and pretty quick, but I still really enjoyed my time with it. You know, it's honestly a fun, solid game. I don't know exactly how well it did. I don't think it did super well, which kind of disappoints me because I would love another game like that, or maybe just even a straight up sequel to that. Like, I think that would be fun, but I don't know if we're ever gonna get that because I don't think it sold that well, sadly. So my rating for this game though is gonna be an 8 out of 10. I think it's a pretty solid game. Honestly, recommend picking it up. Like, if you have your 3DS, definitely pick it up, go get it. It's an entertaining, fun little gem on the 3DS. So anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. You don't have to, but it helps me to know what you guys are enjoying. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I upload Let's Plays every Monday and Wednesday, and right now, it's going to be basically mostly Persona 5 The Royal because it's going to take a hot minute to get through, but I'll branch out to other games, and who knows, maybe even before I finished it, I'll decide to do, you know, another game. You never know. If you want to see specifically like these reviews and like the first impression, those are always going to be on Friday, and I might consider uploading more of these, like another one of these, like I used to do it Monday and Friday, but I don't know, we'll just have to see. Go ahead, leave a comment down below if you play this game and maybe some of the weird random characters you have, or maybe other, you know, I think I end up asking this a lot, but other RPG gems that maybe a lot of people don't know about or have played. And anyway, all my social links, if you want to follow everything, Twitter, Instagram, they're all down below. Twitch, I've also started streaming on Twitch. That's going to be every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I'm going to shoot for starting at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's what I'm going to shoot for. Sometimes it might be a little late, but yeah, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays is when I should be able to stream. But that is it for today, and I will see you all next time. Bye!